Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Inside Artesian Football. I'm your host, Eric Meyer, joined as always by Artesian head football coach Fred Kutruff. The Artesians come away with a big-time win over the Roncalli Rebels on their homecoming on Friday night in an impressive showing, especially in the first half of play. We'll come back with the coach and take a look at the highlights from that contest, and we'll also look ahead to the Artesians' battle in Mid-State Conference play on Friday night coming up on the road against the Mooresville Pioneers. Up first, so we'll take a break. Come back and take a look at the Artesians' victory over Roncalli when we return inside Artesian Football.
For just 2% of a typical school's budget, high school sports give us plenty of energy and excitement. For just 2%, they also give us young people whose leadership and commitment to excellence will pay big dividends in our community for years to come. 2%, that's one investment we can all feel good about. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure launching pad for life.
Shop at Keller's Office Supply at 159 North Main Street in Martinsville for all your school and office supply needs. When you come to Keller's, you'll find superstore prices with hometown service. Keller's Office Supply offers same-day delivery for all your office and janitorial needs. And if they don't have your supplies in stock, why drive when you can call Keller's? They have over 35,000 unique and hard-to-find items that are available to deliver them to your door the very next day. Looking for new office furniture? John Lake and Keller's can design custom-made furniture to fit your space.
Come to Keller's. We'll treat you like family.
Back inside Artesian Football with the head coach, Fred Kutruff. Coach, let's talk a little bit about the Roncalli contest. Boy, you couldn't have asked for a better performance in the first half of play, and really it was a continuation from the Whiteland game, going back to the last possession of the Franklin contest as well. 14 straight times your offense had the football, and 14 straight times they scored a touchdown. Pretty impressive.
You just asked me earlier if that's ever happened, and I can't remember my years coaching that ever happening, and I'm not sure if any teams have done that. That is pretty impressive. But you know, everything kind of lined up, and I think I think what we do is good. But I also think our kids have really got this down and are doing a good job, and we got some good skill guys. But I was really impressed with our offensive line, especially that first half. That they were very physical. And, Roncalli's known to be a physical football team, and we matched that, and they did a great job. But, everyone keeps talking about the first half. We do come out and score 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. And I've had people, whether or not Roncalli played that much better, and we really backed it off in the fourth quarter. We had a lead. As a coach, I didn't think they could catch us. Unfortunately, they had an onside kick that they got that let them, come back. But I was going to say, well, you didn't play as well the second half. Yeah, we played pretty well the second half. They did some things, they threw the ball around our defense, and we know we have to pick it up. But, we backed it off the fourth quarter. If we'd have done what we usually do, we probably could have scored another couple times in the fourth quarter, but that wasn't going to be our game plan once we had that big of a lead. I know it got close, 10 points, but it's still a 2-score game. We're going to play the odds, in which that's what we did.
You came away with a victory in the contest, and it's a Roncalli team coming in only allowing 11 points a game offensively from their defense. And we're not talking about a Roncalli team that's playing the small schools that aren't very good. This is a Roncalli team that's playing some of the best teams in the state year in and year out. And you guys to come in there like that and really smack them in the mouth, if you will, in the beginning of the game really kind of set the tone.
Well, I think all week we talk. I just ask the kids, go there to win. We've been there. I've had some tough losses there. It is a great program. We got 8 or 9 state championships. They're a class program. It's a great atmosphere. People saw a great football game. But our guys came to win a football game, and they didn't back down. And I was really proud of them. And I always talk about when I first got here, I figured I was going to find some tough, hard-nosed Martinsville boys. Well, we've got them. And I'm pretty happy and pleased with them. They're a nice bunch of kids. But they get on that field, and they change a little bit.
Able to get the victory against the Rebels. Let's take a look at the highlights from the contest against Roncalli.
This is Kane Liscombe. He's like a video game. He does a great job knows how to make cuts. Quarterback does a good job of giving it to him when he needs to. Kane gets a little fired up when he doesn't always get the ball because of that read. The quarterback's got to read it, and sometimes it opens up, but he does a great job. Great ball right there, pretty ball. Should have thrown a little farther, probably been a touchdown. But Noah Davis, I think, is probably the best athlete on the field when he gets playing really well. Both sides of it, does a good job. Mason did a great job of running the offense. Just move the chains, what we talked to him about. And I think that's what we've got. Big play there by Clayton Brown. But we got a bunch of unselfish young men that, they don't care who gets the ball. They all want it, but they're happy for the other guy that does well. Again, Kane Liscombe here. He's tough. He's a tough running back. I hope the younger running backs watch how he does it. He runs hard, under control, and is always looking to make a cut. And that's you can't teach it. Mason doing a good job reading that. I wasn't too impressed by how he ran the guy over, but he got hit on the 4-yard line and got in, and that's a kid that is playing pretty hard himself. Good play here, a little trickery out of the Rebels, and there's Spencer Clefane, had another big night for us. That's just Spencer. That was took him right out of it. Big play here. This is Houston O'Neill, a young buck for us. It's a sophomore that is really playing well for us. Mason makes a nice read here. Hits, I believe that's Spencer Clefane.
It's a big third down pickup too.
Big third down.
Or a 2nd and 26 or something along those lines. A big pickup.
And again, you got this going on, and so that's what the young guys watch how Kane spins. He starts to get hit, he spins. You're never going to get that first hit on him unless he wants to give one to you. Good read here by quarterback, hits John Zloty. They were giving us that slant route. And, that was what I really liked about our guys. When they gave us something, we took it. Anthony Lindsay and Fred Roman did a good job of getting that done. Another big play here. Noah Davis doing what he does. Again, if Mason puts a little bit more air on this, these are probably touchdowns. He's, at this point, he's got to start hitting those. This was 4th down, I believe, wasn't it?
Yep.
4th down, we get in.
A little rocket right
and,
there in Dallas.
We run rocket, and we felt we could have done that, but a good job here. Good pressure. Another sophomore here and a lot of young guys. Nolan Lavender starting to play really well for us, doing a good job. Just a little kick out here to Noah. Thought he was going to bust this one. Shakes the tackle, and this is what Noah can do. We keep trying to get Noah the ball more, but we've got a lot of weapons that we have to spread that ball around to keep him off balance. Good move here by Mason. I think this was a 3rd down. Gets in a little bit of trouble. Finds old Spencer Clefane. Good job there, and just getting a 1st down, let alone the extra yardage that he got. Big screen here to Kane. Kind of catches them, and then it's just a matter of how bad he wants it. And he scored with a little emphasis on that, running over one of the Rebels. Big play there. I really liked where our corner. I know people are going to say, well, they threw for 400-some yards. Well, it's this quarterback's pretty good, and what we were doing, we weren't quite ready for it. I mean, they kind of caught us off guard a little bit, but we'll bounce back and work on that stuff in practice. Another big ball here. I really like the way our guys are catching it, but I like where Mason is putting it. Those are some tough balls. He's been very accurate. Again, throwing off his back foot, he's in trouble. They're coming, and this is what you do. Teams stunt you got to make them pay. I think this is probably going to be Spencer Clefane down here intercepting this ball. Good, that's the other thing. They're not used to throwing it, and eventually they were going to make mistakes. We end up with 3 picks in this game. I thought was very big. I think Spencer now has 5. That was a big play right there on the 2-point conversion. Kept it a 2-score game. And that we definitely would have had to change our philosophy in the 4th quarter had that got to be a 1-score game. And again, you're just seeing they're passing around a lot, and we kind of pick it up. John Neal, big sack there. Let the clock tick is kind of our philosophy, and that's all in all, it was a good game, great game. I don't know about a great game. You give up that much yardage. But something to build on. But now we have to, put that game behind us because, that's, what have you done for me lately? And we got to go out now. You got to execute the same thing and remember what got you there.
Got a trophy game coming up now on Friday night against the Mooresville Pioneers. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the coach, talk a little bit about JV and freshmen. contest with their play against the Roncalli Rebels and look ahead to Mooresville. We'll do that when we return inside Artesian Football.
Tommy's not sure which sport he will play in high school someday. But no matter what he ends up choosing, playing sports in high school will help pave the way to a happier, healthier life. All Tommy needs to do is make up his mind. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. Pure launching pad for life.
With Home Bank. And I'm Gordy Lucas. This is a great time to buy or build a new home or to refinance your current mortgage. If you're in the market for a home loan, give us a call or stop by one of our offices and find out why, when it comes to mortgage financing, there's no place like home. Home Bank is an FDIC insured equal housing lender.
Visit one of our 3 locations, the main office in downtown Martinsville, or one of our branch locations at Grand Valley or 1067 Bridge Street, Mooresville.
$5 foot long. $5 foot long. $5 foot long.
Come into Martinsville Subway and enjoy a $5 foot long today.
Back inside Artesian Football here with the head coach Fred Kutruff, and coach not only get the win on Friday night over the Roncalli Rebels, but the JV and freshmen also pick up big wins over Roncalli as well this week.
Yeah, I was really proud of both teams. You know, we always, to our coaching staff, you know, Friday night's big, but Saturday mornings or Monday nights are just as important. Tell the kids that. We played a lot of sophomores on Friday night, so our JV was a little bit down. We have a couple JV guys injured, Nick Garza being one. So I was really pleased with our JV team. Josh LaRue did a great job, runs the ball. This kid is a good athlete, and you know, he's got Mason in front of him, which is unfortunate right now. But we got to find a place for this guy to get on the field someplace. But he really kind of led him and rallied him, and had Drew Atwell really stepped up, caught the ball well. Line fight did a thing. So, and that JV team for Roncalli was undefeated, and they were pretty good. And then take our freshmen, who they've really surprised me. They've gotten so much better. If you'd have told me at the beginning of the year this group was going to be undefeated, our freshmen are still undefeated. If you'd have told me they were going to be undefeated, I thought they'd be pretty good, but I didn't know if they'd be undefeated. And they've just gotten so much better. Their fits are much better. They run hard. It's a really good group. So, and the Roncalli freshman team was undefeated. So they won 20-8, and the JV won 22-14 in overtime. So I was happy for those guys. That was a big win for our whole program. But now it's back to work, and you can't have any letdowns because you're playing a big rival now. The Mooresville JV guys and Mooresville freshman team want to beat us just as bad as their varsity guys are going to want to beat us on Friday night.
How has the week of practice gone for your ball club?
Well, a little bit of rain. We got off early. I mean, we ended up shutting her down Monday. So we're a day behind. We're catching up. Tuesday we got, it wasn't bad. Not a lot of, we're not necessarily looking for the enthusiasm, but we didn't have that real work attitude. Much better yesterday. And today we're going to go out a little bit different. We're going to put pro pads on, and it's still going to be work day for us. So we get a little bit done on Thursdays, but most of the time we're cleaning up. But we're going to do some individual drill and catch up, and hopefully by tomorrow night we've got everything ready to roll.
Mooresville, the opponent coming up on Friday at Mooresville High School. We'll take a break. Come back with a preview against the Pioneers when we return inside Artesian Football.
For just 2% of a typical school's budget, high school sports give us plenty of energy and excitement. For just 2%, they also give us young people whose leadership and commitment to excellence will pay big dividends in our community for years to come. 2%. That's one investment we can all feel good about. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure launching pad for life.
Shop at Keller's Office Supply at 159 North Main Street in Martinsville for all your school and office supply needs. When you come to Keller's, you'll find superstore prices with a hometown service. Keller's has a wide variety of supplies from paper clips to office furniture. They also have a large selection of printer cartridges to choose from. Keller's offers same-day delivery for all your office and janitorial needs. And if they don't have your supplies in stock, they can deliver it to you the next day. Keller's is a proud sponsor of the Martinsville community.
Come to Keller's. We'll treat you like family.
Back inside Artesian football with the head coach, Fred Kutruff, for one final time on this show. Coach, coming up on Friday, you'll travel to Mooresville to battle the Mooresville Pioneers. Not only will it be a mid-state conference game, but it'll be a battle for a new trophy that you guys have started. The Battle of the M's will take place on Friday night.
Yeah, I think it's really neat to get something going between Mooresville and Martinsville. Don't have a lot of history, but I think it is a rivalry. I know we've won the last few, but they kicked our butt the first couple times we played them, so it'll all even out. But it's being 15 minutes away, 20 minutes away. Everybody knows everybody, and so we're going to be playing for the Battle of the M. It's a really neat trophy. We had it over here a couple of days. Kids saw it. Mr. Lips now is taking it back to Mooresville, and after the end of the game, the winning team gets to keep that for a whole year. So hopefully it'll be something big that both towns build on in the future, and the kids want to play hard for it. I'm sure they will.
What's it look like? Tell us what it looks like a little bit.
So really neat. It's just kind of like a pyramid, and it's got an M on the very top of it, and on one side of the M is red, and one side is blue. The Mooresville blue. So and anyhow, so whoever wins it, there's a place to put little plaques down there. So if we win it on this first one, then they'll be able to see Martinsville, the date, and it'll go on there. So and then you keep that and pass it back and forth. Hopefully it's at Mooresville right now. Hopefully we'll get it and keep it for a few years.
Well, it's a new coach for the Mooresville Pioneers. The last couple of years, it's been that type of T offense, if you will. They give it to the big 280-pound fullback. What are we going to see out of the Pioneers this year? Well,
it's going to be something totally different. They run a spread offense. Like to throw it a lot. They run a little bit of the Wildcat. So you'll see their number 20 there will be in the backfield a little bit. Is Zane Odell. He's a good athlete. You'll see him there. They kind of line him up a little bit of every place, trying to get him the football. So you got to know where he is at all times. But so they're going to throw it, and they're going to run. They're going to do quite a few different things. So it won't be quite the same look as you've seen at Mooresville the last few years.
Right, it'll be a little bit different. Normally you see them running the football even before that with Coach Bless, more of a pro-style offense that they've had. What kind of challenges can that offense present to you guys, and do you see one similar to that throughout the year?
Not really. Most of the teams we face are running teams. I would say, I'm not sure they read it. Guerin Catholic was a spread offense, but they run things a little bit differently. What you're concerned about is, of course, us having letdowns, but they've got some good athletes. And when you do things like that, it only takes, if they get their pressure on our quarterback and playing some good defense, it doesn't take long to make a couple plays and you're in the hole. And they got the capability at any time to score on any play. Not that anybody doesn't, but they got some good things. So we've got to keep our heads on, and I'm sure they saw that Roncalli threw it all over us. So they're got to be thinking, this is a game that maybe they think they match up pretty well with us.
What are we going to see out of them on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, you're going to see two different looks. They run called a 4-2-5, but it's a 4-2 and a 3-3 stack. So you're going to see an even and odd front, and they are going to bring the house. So that's what we're working on. I've seen them bring 7-man blitzes. So we've got to be ready for that. And quarterback, line, receiver, all got to be on the same page and do our job, or it could be a long evening.
What are you guys going to have to do on the defensive side of the ball to try to stop them?
Well, we'd like to, establish the line of scrimmage. I think our offense, our D-line has done a good job, but we haven't been consistent. And we're better than the way we've been playing up there, and I think that's got to start. And we got to keep them in, contain them. And I don't know. Sometimes as much as our DBs get thrown on in practice, that I think I don't know if we just go to sleep early in the route, but our DBs are a lot better than what they've been playing. And I thought we had some of our best linebacker play. I know we're missing Brian Hill, so maybe we'll get him back. But I thought Bo Trimble stepped up. But we've got to have better play out of our linebackers. Sometimes it's your job to make the fit. And I said our backers played better last week, but I think we got a lot more in us.
What are you going to have to do offensively to try to combat the 4-2-5, the 3-3 stack that you're going to see on Friday night?
Well, just be aware. You got to be aware of those stunts. You can't panic. You know, we know at the most we can keep back the block is 6. So they bring 7. Somebody's got to be open, and it's up to the quarterback to figure it out pretty quick, or he's going to be on his back. So, but you know, that's what we got to hope. And you know, I imagine they're going to try to confuse Mason, bring the heat. Central did, but you know, we've had a few weeks to work on that. So I would imagine that's going to be their same philosophy. And the other thing was move the chains. Just move the chains. Put them in a bind.
All right, Coach, appreciate you joining us. We'll see you there on Friday.
Thanks.
Artesian head coach Fred Kutruff here inside Artesian Football. Martinsville coming up Friday night. The Battle of the M's is the first time that trophy will be up for grabs as the Artesians battle the Mooresville Pioneers in mid-state conference play. I'd like to thank the coach for coming in and joining us. For Fred Kutruff, along with Carl Van Deventer, who produced it, I'm Eric Meyer. We'll see you again next time inside Artesian Football.